fella's contribution will be highly important. It's the one and only Philip Lahm.
What do you consider his greatest quality, Jim?
Well, it's hard to name just one because he's such a standing player on so many fronts, but I'd say his tactical nous, a man who can single-handedly turn defence into attack, and he's capable of playing anywhere on either flank. And when you add in the vision and creativity of a central playmaker, there's nobody else like him.
And it's Sneijder. Mateus. He's in plenty of space here. Lahm, and that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, good read.
That was well played.
And a header.
继续卡称。
And we have liftoff. What a header, flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did they let themselves down by not up? I think the boss won't be amused.
The first breakthrough.
I saw to make things in, Peter. The up to force to play a more riskier game.
Well, that is one way. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. That's a lovely, neat pass. Rummenigge. Rummenigge! It's anyone's ball now. Now the and he's following up.
他这一把又乱蒙蒙进去了。哎，神一场鬼一场。
It looked as though it'd gone too wide. He wasn't having that though, and somehow he found the angle.
Listen, no one was expecting a shot from there. That's quite outrageous.
Inter Milan are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
That has earned a reprieve for the time being. Inter Milan are looking to go forward now. That left out the Dane. He is here. That could well leave a mark. Lahm did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly. Oh, good climb.
牛逼！
Off the bar. Beckham. They're back in possession and ready to go again. He has found the way through. In towards the back stick. Maldini can get it clear. Paz plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. He's had it taken off him. Well, the less said about that pass, the better. Great vision. Hazard. And he's had it nicked away. Mateus. Pressing high and with purpose. Threads one in. Sneijder. Oh, perfectly measured that. Rummenigge picks it up out wide. It's a goal kick. Oh, good spread. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Chance here to counter. Lahm.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space. Oh, how that cross missed everyone is an absolute mystery to me. It warranted a finishing touch.
Thinks about the big chance. It's loose now. In he goes again. He would have been quick to recover this. Oh, that is asking for trouble. again, they run up against stubborn defending. And here's Schneider. Pepe. Gerrard. Can he get onto this?
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Maldini. Looking for options for movement. Look at the space here. Decent chance! That has not gone well.
脑子痒痒
And he's
啊！
in on goal. Delivers. Oh, good effort. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. And the referee has blown for half-time. So your views on the first half?
Inter really did kick on after getting that first goal. Could they have gone another one and killed the game off
And we come to
completely?
you now with
Possibly.
a quick request
But as
for
long as they
support
can keep
for
up
our
the
World
intensity,
Charity Fund.
maintain the purpose levels, I think they'll get another chance soon enough.
Inter Milan looking composed, content, comfortable, leading 2-0 at half-time.
Substitution for Curacao, number 17.
Gets us going once more.
Coming on the field is number 25.
Good defending there. They've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. That is good alertness. Paz gets on his bike and on the move. There's the man who is effectively the team's security policy. Curacao needed that. They really needed it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Rummenigge. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Now it's Schneider. Rummenigge. That's an errant pass. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Inter clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Beckham. Paz. Not the most accurate pass. And it's Gerrard. Tacho defending his corner stubbornly. Stood up very well to his man. And here's Hullet.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Oh, that's neat. Gerrard. And this is Hazard. And this is Hullet. Mateus. And it's Schneider. And it's Gerrard. Goes for goal! Oh, important interception. Mateus. And Paz. Not where it came from. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Cross goes in there. There's the header! Oh, it's hit the post. Deftly away. Paz. Rummenigge. The message is clear. None shall pass. Paz. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, he's got a sight of goal. It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Oh, well measured. Schneider. Oh, that's delightful. Oh, what a shot at goal! Just cruising! They are cruising! And with that, he takes home the match ball. Speed of thought, efficiency of... And that's it. So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice. And there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Well, we're on the way.
Well, this 4-4-2 from is often used in the modern era defensively. But it used to be the gold standard of formations a generation or so ago, Peter. And it does allow the fullbacks to play a key role in attack.
Yeah, they offer most of the width, don't they?
Exactly. You want them to be high up the pitch so they can get themselves into the final third whenever possible. This will, of course, ask an awful lot of the centre halves and the central midfielders who need to drop into position and cover the spaces.
Passing nice and neat. Eze proves just a little bit too strong. He has found the way through. That's good defending, very good defending.
Oh, makes every duel look like a total mismatch. Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. Saliba with the foul. The peerless Didier Drogba, just a standout hero to so many.
One of Africa's finest and a huge reputation for being a big game player.
Big games, 9 goals in 9 cup finals during his time in London. By any measure, those are pretty special numbers.
Why, he's very much adored.
Now it's Isak. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. And it's Ibrahimovic. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Great defending, strong and determined. Schneider. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Could move up a gear here. Now it's Drogba. Oh, that's a key interception.
Well, it seems as if the message has been issued by both managers. Don't concede the opener.
Inter Milan couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. Now, can they get... He's having a shot! Goal! Inter! And there is your opener. That was a given. It always was.
Again, that's terrific movement, Peter, and an even better pass. It's beautifully played.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Mateus. Here. Oh, good.
这你都不进，你好意思不？
Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Schneider with a real chance here. Looking to widen the gap. Even Schneider! That was travelling. Jose. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Looking for options for movement. In with the challenge. Rijkaard wins the duel this time. Eze aims beyond the defence. And that was asking for too much. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0.
Ibrahimovic really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Havertz is herring after that one. Mateus plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Tries to play it through. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it.
Inter really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Oh, that's a clever-looking ball. He's just misjudged that one.
牛逼！
Eze, Isaac, Maldini, over to the other side.
Good ball, that too.
And it's Ronaldinho. Passing is crisp and sharp. Well, that is one way to stop him. Takes a shot! And no mistake. Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. Not a defender in sight. He had all the time in the world.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
Inter Milan are doing very nicely, thank you.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
And the referee has signalled for half-time.
Well, the second goal certainly came as a welcome surprise, Peter. So late and so potentially destructive.
That certainly seems to be the case.
And that ought to encourage an even more ambitious approach in this second half, Peter, with control already established.
Inter Milan firmly in control at the break. 2-0 the scoreline. Chance! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And with that, it is pretty much a done deal. And that's it. So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom.
年复一年，精神可嘉。不然呢？
What a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. There is a massive sense of
我也是没办法呀，只能踢球了。
The Giant arena bearing the name of perhaps the finest player ever to don the famous black
撑不
and
住
blue
也只
jersey.
能硬
It
撑。
is simply a gorgeous, gorgeous sight. If you have just joined, you have just... And Messi! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Messi actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
He won't be happy with that one. Rummenigge. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Well, there's the man we're all here to see, the thriller-minute Neymar. He really does turn every game into a showbiz occasion. So I wonder, Jim... He's gone for goal! It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Now it's Cruyff. Schneider. Rummenigge. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And Mateus. And it's Cruyff. And that's been intercepted. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for
哎，传哪儿了？
taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing.
Messi! Oh, and that is really good tenacity.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Well, now it's a race for the ball. Mateus attempts a clearance. Rice. Timber wins the duel this time. And now they can spring out of defence. And they're quick to get it back. Yeah. Inter Milan, so far providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Now it's Schneider. Oh, nicely intercepted. Rice.
Manchester United always have been a side that are known for pressing, a style that's very high tariff, Peter.
But it can pay off big time, can't it?
Yeah, just about every top side are doing this now.
And he's managed to get free. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Well, now here's a good battle. Bicep to bicep. Crosses it in here. And here's the chance to counter. Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Pele conjures time and space where few can. Ronaldinho. Rijkaard. Mateus. Rummenigge.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
And he gets rid in a hurry. Decent chance! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
That's an imaginative pass. Pacho. And it's Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho. He has found the way through. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Picked out Brits. Tries a shot! It is a fantastic goal!
1700分。
Smooth as it gets. And Inter go in front.
I think you have to appreciate the simplicity and efficiency of it all there, Peter. The ease at which the defence got taken out of the equation, and he was never going to miss that.
Inter Milan are in front now, the game's only goal.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time.
Real chance! And a neat finish. And they're threatening to fly away here. And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
So that's 2 now without reply. It's Ronaldinho! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. They are purring, truly purring. Oh, delicious, such devilish curl.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
And that's a tiny finish. A quite incredible spell. They are flying.
Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof.
Inter Milan are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that. Neymar. And this is Pele. Rummenigge. Schneider. Well, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. That has ended up in no man's land. It's gone, and that's it for the first half. Who would have seen this? By any yardstick, it is pretty much ideal for them.
Inter really are in control here. They've done exactly what they set out to do. There's a genuine flow about their football, and some of the stuff they've played so far has been great on the eye.
Inter Milan look as though they have this game won. They've been firing and scoring at will.
Attenzione, un cambio.
We're on the move again. And he's had it nicked away.
Yeah, the hat-trick is definitely on his mind, Peter. He wants to get it over with as quickly as he can. Just about everything he's done, for me, he's done it with real conviction.
He certainly has. Really satisfying performance from him. A smiling satisfaction emanating from him. He is embracing this game. He's in a good position here. Takes a shot! Oh, there was plenty on that.
Ibrahimovic really couldn't have done much better with that. He was under so much pressure.
And here's Ibrahimovic. He's picked his way through. And this is Schneider. Played it again. And a header! And there's a goal!
是的，砸头球就不吃网速嘛。我特别卡的时候，我就砸头球，打 PS。 但是你砸呢，不要像那种无脑砸，砸的有一些砸的高级点。刚才遇到几个砸狗都是那种。建议跟你也不接，你也砸头球嘛。但是我觉得应该是你家里的网有问题吧？那四川成都的好些个玩家呢，成都延时是要高一点，但你那个老是心电图不太正常。你是搜索附近还是扩大搜索？你说排到那种很远的老外啊什么，廖总都嫌你卡。哎，也可以，你不打天机嘛？你跟朋友之间那个约那个建房梯嘛，建房梯要好很多，要好很多。建房梯你们两个人裸连的话非常流畅的。我以前和那个敖总踢的时候， 他在北京卡了一批，北京也很卡，但是我跟他裸联就非常流畅。建议建房打友谊赛，天梯的话呢，可以不踢。哎呦，哦，你是北京的，哦，那就没毛病了。那和朋友之间约球踢其实也蛮好的。你就在群里面约人踢呗。裸联非常流畅的。哎呀！压力来到罗哥这边，怎么都这样说？是因为球王早上赢球了是吗？哎，我觉得我觉得梅罗真的是被过度营销了。我看了，我今天早上看直播了，我边打单子边看，确实强。他也跑不动了，梅西也跑不动了，但是他对球的这种球感、这种处理太强了，我随便甩两下准的一批。姆巴佩那个球也很逆天哦，姆巴佩他第3个球好逆天，但是我觉得我看法国那场比赛，我觉得奥利赛好厉害啊。你们觉得呢？我觉得奥利赛好厉害啊，好潇洒啊。我觉得奥利赛有点那种齐达内的那种味道了，有点那种球王的味道了，非常潇洒啊，也没有什么花里胡哨的动作，要过你就是那1、2下啊，然后那个传球又贼骚，就像老班长踢球一样。大腿还是奥利赛啊，我也觉得，我觉得其他杜埃啊，其他几个就是爆发力强、年轻，奥利赛那种玩法确实还是球商高的。每次他梳理进攻，感觉都非常有条理。其他的边锋就在那猛冲，2个亿都不买。哈兰德打亚洲后卫不是一个级别。那肯定啊，哈兰德那个身体、那个身高体重，你都怕他打你。罗哥以前踢球的方式太吃爆发力了，那现在这个身体机能下降，就感觉不太行。 嗯嗯，对对对，他改中锋还踢了挺久，他干边锋的话就更瓦了，根本冲不动了，不服老不行啊，廉颇上能饭手。
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. There's the whistle.
Javier Zanetti will be having a very busy game for sure, Peter. He'll be raiding the flanks all game long, if he's allowed to, of course. But if he starts beating people and getting balls into the box consistently, I can only see one winner.
老班长，这届世界杯看好谁夺冠呢？
He makes the ordinary look beautiful, doesn't he?
He does, absolutely. His game is just laced with moments of sheer brilliance.
哎呀，我在干嘛？我想啥？
Mateus. Oh, some astute defending there. Schneider. Now that looks a decent ball. Thinks about the chance.
大哥，大哥，你不是双足怪吗？你他妈戳3分呢！
Mateus plowing through the middle. Well, the defense just about came out.
法国、英格兰、葡萄牙。
Nicely intercepted.
英格兰有的打吗？英格兰搞得动吗？英格兰每次都说是热门啊，每次都瓦了。最接近的就是02年那次了哈，02年那次英格兰黄金一代，结果被小罗干翻了。哦哦哦！ 我觉得那届英格兰应该是最近几十年最强的一年。英格兰，葡萄牙有戏吗？今天我看那个罗哥那场比赛，我感觉葡萄牙后防线有点水臭哎，靠得住吗？
Clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper. Manchester United definitely have the look of a team that likes to counter-attack, Peter.
Yeah, that is clear. Just look at how they line up.
Well, in other words, they don't mind being patient.
Paz conjures time and space where few can. Well, we expected better, and so did he.
法国中场差还可以啊，法国中场。进攻端有奥尼塞，防守端，哎，防守端是谁啊？有坎特吗？坎特在吗？组织的不就奥尼塞喽？哎，谢。
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
那还是法国牌面好一点。哎，我的打强队看实时的。哎呀！ 阿根廷呢？你觉得阿根廷这届会不会又被梅西带起飞？哎呀！
Now, what about a counter-attack? Onana. Well seen.
哎呦，这网有点艰难呀。
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Quality ball. Now it's Batistuta. Well, I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Batistuta! Well, that was too close for comfort.
Well, I think the defence are breathing a big sigh of relief here.
面对
They
门
really
迪，
spanked that, and it wasn't far away at all.
Just past the 40th minute mark.
哎，是几点钟啊？罗哥比赛是几点啊？又是3点吗？
Batistuta. And here's Lopez. He's having a pop. Now he wants to get in on the act here.
Manchester United really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
Paz going forward. Oh, that's nice. And he has been fouled there.
谢谢刘总。
Very disappointing. He knew what he was doing, as deliberate and cynical as it comes.
Perhaps the final meaningful act of the first half. And this is a great chance to take a lead. Big chance! Denied by an instinctive set. And that signals the end of the first period. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The
凌晨1点
intensity
啊！
levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment.
哎呦，感觉
Midway
可
point
能
of
也
the
真
game.
的要看了。
Very entertaining half, Peter.
今
The
天要
game's been
打
played at a
打
really
的后有点
high
多。
intensity. It's been open. It's been quite end to end, and I
哇，
think the crowd are really
这么巧！
immersing themselves into this. And I just hope we get more of the same in the second half. Something to look forward to.
So at the halfway stage, we still have deadlock. The score 0-0. And so the action is resumed.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
And that's gone loose. Burmo. Mateus. That has not gone well. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Onana. Burmo. Manchester United are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Mateus cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get... There's the shot! Still absolutely nothing to report here goals-wise. Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave. Tries a
哎
shot!
呦，不容易啊！
And no mistake. The first significant strike.
Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very, very simple. The ball through to him was just beautifully measured.
Substitution for Manchester United.
So we have movement on both benches.
Batistuta.
Inter
Number
Milan
9,
have broken through. It's 1-0.
Number
Look,
15,
experienced voices need to be heard now, along with
coming on the
good
field,
purpose and urgency,
number
and they can get
21,
right back into this.
Drogba. Number 23,
好播。
Gerrard.
So,
Number
Jim, what are you
14,
thinking?
Well, it's approaching that time where you have to
Substitution in
decide
progress.
whether you stick or twist, Peter. I'm inclined to think the latter, but the boss probably has quite a few things which he
好
hasn't
惨！
factored in yet, so let's see.
I have to say, that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. And here's Drogba.
Manchester United really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Can he get on the end of this? Flings in across.
That's just playing it safe and simple. They've got to be quick moving this forward.
And it's Ronaldinho. And here's Hullet. Yamal.
He looked rushed. He should have waited for some movement.
Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Rijkaard wins the duel this time. Driving on and making good progress. Steaming on goalward.
Wow.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
The ball has bounced loose now. Goes for a shot.
Neat.
And the assistant
哦，越位了吗？
rightly gives him offside. And the referee has brought
引球怎么处理高空球？就等他自己停啊，我能怎么处理？你最多就颠一下球，但是这个要看情况啊，就是等他自己停，这个没有什么操作，没有空中作业的操作啊，只有最多这样点一下，把球颠起来。有挑球过顶的可以用。他妈的，这个不犯规啊！ 终于进来。
That was a given. It always was.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training, and it came off beautifully.
So that's two now without reply.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that two-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Knocks it into space. Kukçu. Now it's Mbappe. Yamal. Kukçu is always looking to break lines.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
And a free kick in a very dangerous area. Well, that's a booking. Always looked it. It's an Inter free kick. Looking to widen the gap even further here. No way through, so back. Oh, shooting chance!
Inter are totally dominant in the middle of the park. A no-way-through zone.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. And that's that. What a satisfying performance. A performance at times of determination.
这个人是个名字啥意思啊？笑煞说不，煞是谁啊？
Well, football is of course ultimately just a game, but for the next
哎，谢谢刘总。
it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. We're very much underway now. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Yeah, Casemiro.
哇，太强了，
He
哥！
gives them some real defensive
没有
skill
王者队的进来。
Peter. What he's particularly good at is nipping opposition attacks in the bud and preventing them from getting any
Oh, shit.
real momentum going. He's also a bit of a shooting threat from long range too, so opposing defenses will have to beware of that, and very much so.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. Oh, easy pickings there. And here's Ibrahimovic. Richarlison, great defending, strong and determined. Tries to play it through, picks out, goes for a shot! It's anyone's ball now.
He almost caught everyone out there the way he just eked out the room to get the shot in. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
And that should get the job done. Oh, beautifully shaped ball. The ball goes in. Nice interception, well timed. It's really well manoeuvred.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
And here's Ibrahimovic. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Ronaldinho. Look at the space here. Great Rummenigge! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
正常啊，那丁丁在实况里也很弱，球商类的球员，球商高的球员，他在游戏里体现不出来，因为这是属于玩家的那一部分。游戏里强的就是那些机动性强的，跑得快、长得高、长得壮，不是壮的就快的啊。球商类的球员，他就体现不了。现在这个版本都还好，把这个传球数值着重增高了。以前老版本的时候，这种球员更捞，因为以前的老版本的那个传球不重要，你只要操作好，传球一样能传准。现在你操作不行，操作再好，他一样会传丢。
Focusing on that right side, Peter. That's where the crosses are coming from, where the danger lies. Look, it's the width that's providing this momentum, and they look set to further exploit. Really aren't convincing right now. It has to start in defence, but the whole team needs a wake-up call. Inter really are making good use of that right-hand side. The light is...
Takes a shot! Glorious! About as smooth as it gets.
贼改波！
They are purring, truly purring. A truly wonderful strike, decorated with dip and curl.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
So that's two now without reply.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
And here's Ibrahimovic. He's beaten the last... Can he finish? Relentless! Just relentless!
数值的魅力。
And they're threatening to fly away here. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
And a header!
啊
And it's in! Unsophisticated, but stuck away with unashamed certainty.
Yeah, but I think most of the credit has to go for the ball into the box, Peter. Just came in at the perfect time and the perfect angle.
So could they be onto something here? Araujo. Mateus. Ronaldinho gets on his bike and on the move. Gives it back.
Really got in his face there, and it was well played. He's been doing ever so well, just reacting faster.
And it's Joelinton. Well, that is one way to stop him. And he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head. Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic thinks about the shot. Shot, surely! And there's a goal. Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Inter Milan, visibly comfortable, now up by 3. And here's Ibrahimovic. Takes a shot! It's in! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring!
电了吧，香港仔，
Wicked strike, nigh on
也不知道你在秀什么。
Those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
嗯，
Inter Milan are having a ball here.
Teremos 3 minutos de acréscimo.
He's going to be disappointed with that. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. Can he get on the end of this? And he's cut it out. Gabriel. So what can they make of this? To Richarlison. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And we've reached half-time. Who would have seen this? By any yardstick, it is pretty much ideal for them.
Inter are looking as solid as I've seen for some time. All departments are working strongly, and this can do their confidence a whole power of good.
Inter Milan look as though they have this game won. They've been firing and scoring at will. Back on the way then. Foot in. Araujo is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Rummenigge. A lot of space ahead of him. And the shot! It's a loose ball. Not out the best in the keeper.
He'll be irritated with that, Peter. He really did spring into life as he made his run.
Inter Milan have their second corner now. And this is Ibrahimovic. And now a sudden chance to counter. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, well played. He needed to get that right. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
我操，他本来就是这样的呀。
It's Ronaldinho, Rummenigge. Oh, he's burst through. A quick look, thought about cutting inside.
哎呦，这个球怎么不
Joelinton.
给一步啊？哎呦，他好喜欢拿个后腰秀我呀！
Ibrahimovic. They're urging him to shoot. That's tidy. Now then, the ball's come loose. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it.
好烦啊！他又在那秀秀秀秀秀。
Schneider conjures time and space where few can.
哎，怎么回事？
Ronaldinho aims beyond the defence. Swings it across. Timber tries to clear.
他好快乐，
Run down the right.
踢球就应该像他一样。
Good chance here. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
隔着屏幕我都感受得到他的快乐，无关输赢，无关胜负。
Ronaldinho goes short.
哎，
And now they can
直接把球王者带出底线，
Pacho.
就祝他一个快乐。
Mateus. Schneider is always playing with one eye on the spectacular. And it's Ronaldinho. Wriggles his way through. Ronaldinho purring through the gears. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And this is Ronaldinho. Gabriel did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Mateus. Rummenigge. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And this is Schneider. Linton, Maldini demonstrating his defensive quality there. Rummenigge.
太快乐了。
Casemiro. Now it's Ronaldinho. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. And here's Vinicius Junior. Chance for a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, what has happened here? This could be their final throw of the dice. It's their second corner of the game, and it's been taken short. Oh, he's trying to skip past his man. Great chance! And that's a sharp finish. You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
At least that has given their people something to smile about. And that is that. Well, that was a tale of two very different teams. One driven, ruthless, prolific. The other quite the opposite in all of those areas. The result, a very accurate reflection of what we saw. Ibrahimovic taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match and
我天，加图索边后卫，萨内蒂加图索，哇哦！
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, you've got to say the Nerazzurri certainly know how to create an atmosphere. 80,000 here in black and blue. The dress code is a strict one. So it's away we go then. This easily the most keenly anticipated of today's games.
It's always a pleasure to see Paolo Maldini take to the pitch.
So would say anyone who understands the defender's art.
Well, bias comes easy for me, but...
And the shots! Goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Just way, way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Inter Milan have their opener. Oh, he's won Rummenigge! Crossbar! Looking to play him in. And that was very necessary. Pullet chasing after it. Oh, delightful ball. Now it's Gattuso. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Inter Milan leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Araujo.
哎呀，这是个后腰队啊！他妈的，全场都是维埃拉，我是。
And it's Maldini. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Mateus conquers time and space where few can. Inter Milan very much in the ascendancy and with a goal to their name. Couldn't squeeze it through. Seedorf. Maldini. Thuram. Looking for the run. Gattuso picks it up out wide. And it's Vieira. And here's Seedorf. Oh, some inspired defending there.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
And now a sudden chance to counter. It's clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
AC Milan could counter here. Nicely weighted ball. And this is Pullet.
Well, from experience, I can tell you he'll get a lot of stick for getting that one wrong.
Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets. Pullet. Vieira. Now it's Kaká. Stood up well to him there. Mateus. Rummenigge.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Rummenigge will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Pinches it off him. Thuram defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. That's a foul, no two ways about it. He knew what was coming, that's a yellow card.
Yeah, we guessed that this scenario could take place because he's up against pace.
Maldini. Ball played for Nesta. Rummenigge. Can he finish? Oh, it's a stunning goal! A finish of true class! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. And that really is so impressive.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Ibrahimovic stood his ground
我
strong.
一步是你维埃拉挤得动的，太骚了！一步把维埃拉按在地上推。
Great defending.
Well, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick, and that's going to be a booking.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
And this is Ibrahimovic. Nice control. Zanetti has it out wide and in space. Goes down, but nothing given. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Kaka. And here's Hullet. And it's Seedorf. Hullet. Araujo is there, and he can get that clear. Gives it back. Vieira. That's going wide left. Now here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Plays it through. Yamal looking to receive it in space. Seedorf. That's the end of the first 45. Some first half thoughts?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Well, the players definitely know they're in a derby. More of the same to come after the break. You can be sure of that. Inter Milan sitting pretty here. 2 goals putting them into the driving seat. So straight into the second half. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Now it's Schneider. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Gattuso. Now it's Hullet. Driving on and making good progress. Gattuso.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
Oh, that's well spotted. And it's Zanetti. And here's Ibrahimovic. Good ball, good touch. Tries a shot! Denied by an instinctive save.
Kaka clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Milan appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
He's found a way through. Shot a goal! Oh, nearly, but not quite.
Oh, he's usually such a good finisher.
Zanetti.
L'affluenza di quest'oggi è di 80.607
And they win
spettatori.
it back again. And the counter is on. Well, that pass isn't the best. Thuram. And it's Gattuso. No, that's been intercepted. Paris ended up in no man's land. Well seen, saw that coming. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And the shot! Schneider. Mateus. A picture of focus and alertness. Pacho. That's Rijkaard. Mateus. Great vision. Decent chance! More and more pressure on the ball here. And it's Ibrahimovic. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Gattuso. And here's Ibrahimovic. And he's been shifted off it. And the pass is intercepted. Just about up to 75 minutes. Zanetti. And here's Ibrahimovic. And here's Hullet. And Hullet! And that's another fine save.
Hullet really must be thinking what more he could have done there. It's another inspired save.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero
It's their
14.
second corner of the game.
Schneider. Numero 21. Numero 15. Numero 11. Numero 10. Ibrahimovic. Lasciano il campo per
Into Milan, looking to go forward now.
il numero 8. Il numero 20. Il numero 5.
Ronaldinho is sporting a guilty look after that.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Now it's Mbappe. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now it's Hullet. Milan needed that. They really needed it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
That's a lovely, neat pass. Is there any support? He might not need it. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Now it's Shevchenko. That has not gone well. And here's Shevchenko. And this is our chance for a shot! No, not quite. Maldini makes the interception. Kaz. He has found the way through. He's having a shot! Yes! And they are disappearing out of sight. His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
And time is up. Inter really have hit the heights. A tour de force that has left their opponents reeling. what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion.
继续恢复页面。
Rise to an occasion quite like this one. It is, of course, the world-famous Old Trafford. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. It appears to be a 4-4-2 formation, Jim.
Well, what I like about this system, Peter, is the way in which...
Shot, surely! Oh, good-looking ball. Rummenigge. Rummenigge makes a dash for it. That is good strength. And the counter is on. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, Marcelo. He's pretty much a defender in name alone, to be honest, because his biggest contributions always seem to come at the other end of the pitch. He's great at controlling the ball when under pressure and seems to have a great knack for finding that half a yard to dig out across. He's got a decent shot too, so his teammates will be looking to bring him into play at every opportunity, I would think.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides.
哎呦，操了！
Ibrahimovic really
不
needed
动
to
啊！
concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
And once more, he proves rigid and robust. He's picked his way through. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Pepe is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Inter Milan are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. Paz. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Paz makes a move down the right.
Wow, look who's involved.
Here's Petinia. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And this is Ibrahimovic. And he is deftly away.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Rijkaard. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Cantona. And here's Kvaratskhelia. And here's Seedorf. Now, who's going to be first to this? Now it's Ibrahimovic. And it's Schneider. Schneider making good progress. Schneider going face-to-face with his great rival. Mateus. Seedorf.
Manchester United really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
And he's there to belt it away. Mateus. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Paz. Delicate ball and it needs big chance! Goal! Inter! Simplicity itself.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a doddle. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
Inter Milan have penetrated for the first time.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
De Rossi plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Now it's Kvaratskhelia. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Cruyff driving forwards. Schneider. it's Cruyff. Tries to pass it through. Backward it goes. Schneider. Nicely weighted ball, good take. Maldini.
我日不犯规的说。
Manchester United have reclaimed it. Schneider. Ibrahimovic. In with the challenge. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Inter Milan leading by 1 at the break.
Yeah, on the face of it, it looks a fair reflection of what we've all seen, Peter. Some incisive play one side, battling qualities on the other. I think this game is there to be won.
And a chance! And that's a tidy finish. 2 up now, and they are cruising. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Inter Milan are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
De Rossi. Zamprota. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Cruyff. Now Seedorf. And it's Cruyff. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Good take. He's having a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Denied by an instinctive save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. There's a defensive height advantage here, Peter, but of course it's not guaranteed to work.
Yeah, they've got to find a way around this huge height disadvantage. And the finish!
Inter are clearly enjoying a very good spell. The flow of momentum is bang in their favour.
Not the most accurate pass. Schneider under intense pressure.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind them up in the process, Peter.
The attendance for this match
Paz is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Can he get it through?
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Yes! With fun and fury, they continue.
哎呦，这个对手好难打。
I think you have to appreciate.
And that's it. So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage.
OMT 是什么意思？对，它叫 OMT。是代打吗？没上过主2，哦，没上过主1，但是感觉实力蛮强的呀。对啊，明天最后一天，我都跟你们说了，尽量打到1700，不要卡边边，卡边边很容易熄火的。 看错了。哦，谢谢您。那个来不及，你可以那个吧？你来得及不嘛？来不及，我给你踢。哎呦，
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Things already rolling.
Here's a guy that qualifies as one of the best defensive midfielders to ever play the game.
Patrick Vieira, the pillar of strength.
Yeah, aggression, hard tackling, they're the foundations of his game. But he can turn defence into attack very quickly and show his terrific athleticism and real power.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Vieira. Rijkaard did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Now it's Yamal. Rummenigge. Oh, played through for the wide man. Mateus. And it's made its way to him. Ah, such a clever touch. Quality ball. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Rummenigge. And it's Schneider. Mateus. Rummenigge. Great chance! Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Mateus looking to pass their way up the pitch. Messi. Still goalless at the moment. And here's Hullet. Matheus Cunha. Matheus Cunha! Now that has posed the questions.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he tried one of his specials.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And there's green grass ahead of him. And this is Messi. Oh no, what has happened here? Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Rijkaard wins the duel this time. Mateus can see things others simply cannot. Rijkaard. And here's Ibrahimovic. This might spell danger. Vieira. Schneider. And here's Ibrahimovic. Vieira powering forward here. Mateus. Now he's got space here.
Ibrahimovic really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Alvarez. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Passing is crisp and sharp. And it's Schneider. He's found a way through.
你他妈的，你愣在那干嘛？
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. The defence opting here for strength in numbers. Inter Milan do have a chance to counter here.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Paris Saint-Germain couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. That's really well manoeuvred. Mateus. Rummenigge. Courtois claims comfortably. Still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal. Schneider. Mateus. And it's Messi. Looking for options for movement. Oh, Red, nice interception. Rijkaard. Yamal.
This is the time you need that pace.
Decent chance! Oh, he's hit the bar! Lovely feet. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And here's Alvarez. Cunha is onto this. He's having a shot! Goal! Paris Saint-Germain! And Paris Saint-Germain take the lead. And that is all they have time for. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Inter Milan finding themselves behind by just one goal at the break.
It's been a pretty tepid display. They'll want to use this break wisely to regroup and come out with some fresh initiatives. This is all still very salvageable, maybe even winnable.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Well, I think...
Shot, surely! Oh, that was wicked, a truly wicked effort.
Actually looks pretty annoyed with himself there. He's usually better than that.
Defending was strong and firm. Alvarez. It's run loose here. That's Vieira. Oh, that's fabulous. And a chance! He's got a goal! And there's the goal they've been looking for. Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. A killer pass, perfectly delivered.
Paris Saint-Germain are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
There's a certain authoritativeness in everything they do now. If they want to kill off this game, now's the time to get it done.
Schneider plays it short. He's in a great position here. And now they can spring out of defence. Neatly clipped into space.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
Rummenigge tries to pass it through. That's good play. Messi. Almost an hour gone. Now it's Hullet. Rijkaard. That's beautifully weighted. Alvarez finds himself offside. Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence.
Changement pour le Paris Saint-Germain. Le numéro
The two
21.
coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. Engages and forces him off the ball.
À leur place,
Oh, can he get onto
le
this?
numéro 24.
The pressing's intense and it's
Le
paid
numéro
off.
23. Changement.
Tele. And here's Alvarez. And here's Hullet. Now it's Ronaldinho. Rijkaard. Pele. He's a sharp little ball here, and he cuts out the supply. Pele, forever the opportunist. A sniff, that's all he needs. Nice bit of trickery. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Rijkaard. Paz gets into a good position. Great ball, and he's in here. Rijkaard. Ekitike. Rijkaard. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Oh, they could be caught out here. He's shifting through the gears here. Ball's towering header. Oh no, this doesn't. And one more try. And it's in. Just one goal in it now. Game on. And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Well, I'm giving him full marks for the way he exploited the space, Peter, but you really shouldn't be left unmarked in the middle like that. I don't think he could believe his luck.
Shift in momentum, perhaps.
Well, they'll just be praying that one more chance falls their way before the whistle goes.
And they can counter here. Knocks it into space. Can he get onto this? He's picked his way through. This looks promising. Shapes to shoot! Magnificent from Alvarez! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! Right back in it! Almost no time remaining. Game still on. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. And that's going to be a booking. It looks like he's picked up a bit of a knock from that challenge.
Changement pour le Paris Saint-Germain. Le numéro
There is
23.
some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Yeah, they're looking for some imagination, and his job's going to be to add that element of craft and guile, the man pulling the strings.
Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Heading backwards.
That's going in strongly. Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
He's found a way through. And here's Alvarez. Ronaldinho. Now, what about a
Il y
counter-attack?
aura 4 minutes
Now it's
de temps
Alvarez.
additionnel.
And here's Hullet. McAllister is always scanning the pitch for targets. Pele. Mohamed Salah. There will be 4 extra minutes. Ronaldinho.
哎呦，那这
Ekitike. Maldini cuts it out.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
And that is the last of the action. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end. Not for the want of desire, drive or determination. No complaint. noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. There is a massive sense of expectation emanating from this part of Milan. The giant arena bearing the name of perhaps the finest player ever to don the famous black and blue jersey. It is simply a gorgeous, gorgeous sight. We are just getting started. Well, this is a guy who has pushed back the boundaries year on year. A brilliant maverick who just seems to go on and on.
Yeah, he's simply the boss, Peter. Everyone else, including us, just a supporting cast in an act where he will always take centre stage.
In the Zlatan show, Zlatan is the only star.
I'm not arguing.
Unrelenting, uncompromising pressure on him. Schneider. Hazard. That's tidy. Araujo did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Seedorf. Can he get on the end of this? So no chances falling either way for the time being. Ronaldinho has it out wide and in space. Oh, sweet feet. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Looking tidy in possession here. Oh, nice touch. Cross needs to be good. Well, they can break here. That's good running with the ball. Seedorf has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. He's picked his way through. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. That is very well defended. Looking for the run. And this is Del Piero. Seedorf. Hazard. Oh, that's fabulous. Maldini defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Spread to the right. Has a look and plays it. Rummenigge! Goal! Inter! And Inter go in front. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
It's the stuff you work on the training ground time and time again, and it came off.
Inter Milan are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Almost half an hour in now. Ronaldinho going face-to-face with his great rival. Oh, that's a key interception. And now the breakaway. Seedorf couldn't quite force his way through this time, but boy, he had a go at it.
Yeah, the confidence we can admire.
He's having a shot! He's got a goal! They are purring, truly purring. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react. There's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Inter Milan are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
Inter Milan looking forward to the break after some very good work in the first 45 minutes. Ronaldinho plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Now that's been intercepted. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Looking for a runner, and he's worked it through. Rummenigge has got himself a free kick. And no surprise, that's a booking.
Disappointing, very disappointing. He knew what he was doing, as deliberate and cynical as it comes.
Great chance here from position A1. So, a genuine chance to increase the lead. Great chance! It's hit the upright. Seedorf. And it's Del Piero. Oh, it's Seedorf. Seedorf really struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Ibrahimovic. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Del Piero. Schneider. No way through there. And it's half-time. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Inter clearly have plenty of cause to be happy, Peter, but they'll need to resist the temptation to just sit on the lead second half. The opposition will be doing their utmost to try and get back into this, so they have to be alert.
Inter Milan are heading into the break, very happy with how it's gone so far. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. And Del Piero! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Del Piero is offering a wry smile there. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
They've played it short. And now they can spring out of defence. And it's Ronaldinho. Now it's Ibrahimovic. He's had it taken off him. Ronaldinho. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Azar. Seedorf. Played out towards the right wing. And he's managed to get free. Schneider! And that is doing no harm at all.
Inter certainly looks sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Turns back here, probably the best option. Schneider. A couple of goals between the sides, and it's still early in the second half. Nice sequence of passes this. Tries to dink it through. Oh, important interception. Chouameni. And it's Schneider. Schneider makes a dash for it. Mateus goes sliding in. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. It's Ibrahimovic! Ibrahimovic! It could only be him! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And they are disappearing out of sight. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce, and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 80.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Schneider.
A case now of complete control.
Ibrahimovic. Numero 11.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Il numero 21.
Here's a man who his
Il numero
teammates
18.
can look to in all times.
Attenzione, un cambio.
Inter
L'affluenza di
Milan
quest'oggi è
still
di
have the cards to affect this
80.953
game.
spettatori.
He has a look up. Ibrahimovic!
Oh, once he made the save, it didn't take the keeper long to start barking at his defence.
Now it's Alvarez. Chouameni gets a foot in here. And here's Hullet. Great vision. Oh, he's just misjudged that one. Inter Milan are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Ibrahimovic threads one in. Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Yamal ventures forward. Alvarez. And Mateus. Oh, that was vital. Seedorf running with the ball. He has found the way through. Del Piero could drop. Shapes to shoot! Well, now it's a race for the ball.
He was berating his defence before making this.
And it's been given away. It's Bale! Oh, the ball's run loose here. De Gea trying to keep this in. And it's Seedorf. Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. So what can they make of this? Tries to pass it through. Mateus! It's hit the crossbar. He was certain to score. It is an inexplicable miss.
Inter really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. And he's picked it up out wide. Bale! Well read, nice interception. Ahead by 3, but they won't want to take their foot off the pedal. Inter Milan can breathe again, just.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Mateus has expertly cut out, really nicely done. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
He's found a way through, and he shoots! Oh, good finish! They're back within reach! That really is quite fabulous, all his own doing.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 15.
So we have movement on both benches.
Numero 20.
Inter Milan
Attenzione,
may be
una
down,
sostituzione.
but not out just yet. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Rafael Varane produces
saranno 3
the
minuti di
perfect
recupero.
tackle there. And it's Bale. Driving on and making good progress. It's Bale! He's done very well to get to that.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Pacho. And that is that. And so they have the outcome they desire. A dose of reality. Football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There is a massive sense of expectation emanating from this part of Milan. The giant arena bearing the name of perhaps the finest player ever to don the famous black and blue jersey. It is simply a gorgeous, gorgeous sight. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Hazard will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. He steps in, and that's the end of that. And that interception was most necessary. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
This guy, Declan Rice, is a player I really rate. With him, you get exactly what it says on the box. A workhorse defensive midfielder who likes to stay in the deeper part of midfield, knowing his primary job is to make sure he shuts down any build-up play in that area.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. Rice. Messi. It is early, but the game hasn't yet sparked into life. And here's Messi. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And here's Ibrahimovic. And this is Messi. Schneider conjures time and space where few can.
Well, caution is dominating proceedings. This isn't meeting expectations.
Shoots! Goal! Inter!
Well, Peter, they're trying to claim offside here, but this stinks of desperation to me. They know they've got it wrong.
The first breakthrough.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
And here's Ibrahimovic. He's shifting, and the shot! Wonderful from Ibrahimovic! A finish right from the top draw. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Goes for a shot! Relentless! Just relentless! They are purring, truly purring. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
Inter Milan find a position of real strength now.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Now he's running away. Hullet. Shot a goal! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. And the shot! Cleared away. Yamal, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Time and again they are repelled.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Knocks it into space. Hazard picks it up out wide. Yamal. Rice gives no quarter whatsoever. It's not an especially good pass, that. And Yamal. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Yamal carries the ball down the right. Bullet tries to pass it through, and it's been played through. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Argentina clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted. It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Messi. Schneider. And here's the chance to counter.
Ci
Mateus.
sarà un minuto di recupero.
Delicate ball, and it needs to be. Schneider! And that marks a high-octane end to the first half. A thrilling end to the half there, one that very nearly changed the complexion of this game completely.
It's an eye-catching scoreline, but it's a fair reflection on what we've just seen in this first half, Peter. Now they just need to make sure they retain their focus until the very end. No slip-ups.
Inter Milan marching seemingly on towards victory, 3-0 at the break. So straight into the second half. It's a lovely, neat pass. Tries to play it through. And this is Ibrahimovic. And he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. And he is going into that little black book. Rice having a look.
Well, distance doesn't dissuade him. He has the requisite power.
And it's Messi. Great chance! Schneider is someone with real dynamite in his boots. No way through there. Mateus. Yamal. He just refused to budge, and he's got his way. Rice. And here's Ibrahimovic.
Ibrahimovic really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Rummenigge out towards the flank. Ibrahimovic being hounded, manhandled at times.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now. Ibrahimovic really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Just about up to the hour now.
È di 80.607 spettatori.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Mateus played in. And he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And he plays one through.
Such good technique.
Neither of these two want to come off second best.
Messi clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
Azar. And it's Casemiro. Bullet. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Quality ball. Bullet. And it's Azar. And here's Ibrahimovic. Good take, and he's having a shot! No, not quite.
I think he did really well to get the shot away, to be honest, given how much pressure he was under at the time.
Challenged just a bit on the firm side. Rice. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Timber. Pacho. Ferdinand powering forward here. Oh, that is a good... Tries a shot! And that's a sharp finish. They're back within reach. Pressure, what pressure? He feels none of it.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
So could they be onto something here? That's a cute ball. Pull it. Great vision. And this is Hazard. Inter Milan needed that. They really needed it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
And here's Ibrahimovic. 5 minutes left on the clock. Schneider, searching pass he's played there. All chance for a shot! Oh, split-second reaction.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Schneider with the short one. Can he finish? Oh, nice. Just not quite.
Oh, it looked like he tried to give it some extra whip.
Yamal looking to be a menace in the final third. And that was asking for too much.
Indica 2 minuti di recupero.
吃完饭再来。今天又是加班的一天。回头见啊，先下。
非常准确，他已经预判出了路线。看乔治贝斯门前试射，
真是没想到，
他取得了破门。攻入这粒进球之后，他的进球总数来到了50粒。他进球了，果断起脚，皮球穿过防守人群，角度相当刁钻。
这个失球的责任在门将吗？或许他的选位可以再好些，不过老实说，他在那种情况下视线是完全被遮挡的。
这场比赛第一粒进球太重要了，比分变为1比0。
他非常享受，当然给你非常不一样的感觉。
国际米兰目前打进1球，且控球率占据绝对优势。
他们的开局不错，要继续保持这种比赛强度。
这球铲得非常漂亮，可以说是非常的强硬。
哎，这赖斯他妈的，你是偷猎啊你？你冲上去干什么？你像个弱智一样。
把球传了回去。一连串眼花缭乱的传球，稳步推进。看梅西，梅西传哈兰德，哈兰德拿
炮弹斗沟。
妙到颠好，真是难以置信，他们就像开了外挂。完成的太漂亮了，干净利落，一蹴而就。
凌空抽射可以通过
哎呀，
练习
太能调了，调。
要在电光火石之间掌握好时机和平衡，难度非常大。无疑，这个进球非常精彩。
这个局面可以说是相当的乐观呀。
群门明显踢得更有意图，也更有紧迫感，有球时更敢向前，与我一直思考的不谋而合。
鲁尼进行了几次快速的短传配合。罗伯特·卡洛斯，乔治·贝斯特，身体优势，这一点让对手很吃亏。卡卡，洞察力不错，一早就看出来了。
他的站位选择很好，
至少想法很好，稍微减轻了愧疚感。
想法很好，跑位很机灵。不过就像你说的，传球太让人失望了。
不错的尝试，力道十足，但缺少准度，
在那里还
不是
不错的尝试。
塔卡，他知道自己的传球路量怎么样？
哎，漂亮的紫色，差点出事。
德克兰赖斯从左侧偏出，从左侧飞出底线，罗伯托卡洛斯送出一记直塞，漂亮！一次犀利的防守。维恩鲁尼球在卡卡脚下。国际米兰希望在上半场拼了45分钟后能有所突破。这是一次漂亮的防守，这球传得漂亮，现在反击啊！德克兰赖斯是许多人的偶像，
哎呀，那啥玩意儿？
为神明。
什么
玩意
儿？
好在他当时没有失位。
卡卡希望通过传导向前推进，送出一记直塞，球传的是后门柱，
他也砸。
飞了起来，球现在是在无人控制的情况下，结结实实的头球，但是角度差了一点点。
这球漂亮，这可不是每个人都能做到的。
尝试把球破坏掉。国际米兰现在有机会转守为攻，
就很快
漂亮
一边的半场。
天哪，这是什么情况？皮球掉到
漂亮，漂亮。
这个头球质量不高。
继续贯彻自己的战术，如果赛前就计划好了，就要这么踢，看起来也很奏效。要继续尝试。
梅西送出直塞，菲利普拉姆，拉姆传中，
又勾，别勾了哥，
裁判扫了一眼手表，随即吹
容易闪到腰，少勾点。
通过前45分钟，我们能看出些什么呢？
难勾。
就像任何一场德比一样，上半场的比赛充满了火药味。
1米9几的大个，老这么勾。
国际米兰上半场牢牢控制住局面，2比0领先。
韧带都够撕裂了。不是，这是偷猎那种。哎呦，我最烦这种一直调的人，搞得跟打世界总决赛一样。
下半场继续。
赛前调好就行了。
乔治贝斯特，菲利普拉姆始终在寻找机会送出高质量的传球。球在德罗巴脚下，
很好的跑位，看看队友能不能发现。
卡卡，
看看能不能好好利用这一个空档。
莱昂内尔·梅西，罗伯特·卡洛斯，维埃拉表情亮了。阿伦·弗莱舍，这一脚传球干净利落。鲁尼，人到球到。莱昂内尔·梅西，菲利普·拉姆，维埃拉，朱塞佩·贝尔戈米，乔治·贝斯特，转移到边路。德克兰赖斯传得漂亮，直接射门。
国际米兰在中场附近的防守可以说是无懈可击，经常能够从容的夺回球权。
卡卡，维恩鲁尼，
如果他想要反击，就需要提速。
卡卡，漂亮的直塞，能进球吗？不用多说，球员们应该做得更好。
跑位很
舒服你就用啊，
不惜体力的奔跑，不断撕扯对方防线。
一直舒服一直用。
漂亮，用手将球击出。 塞尔吉·卡尔多纳、托尼·亚当斯。AC 米兰最后无功而返，他们缺乏紧迫感。他能组织起反击吗？德克兰·赖斯突进去了，哈兰德。维埃拉。德克兰·赖斯踢得比大多数人更聪明。埃尔林·哈兰德试图攻到门前，哈维尔·萨内蒂寸土不让，在这次正面交锋中秒杀对手。送出一脚精准的传球，维恩·鲁尼接到后方的传球，帕特里克·维埃拉。无奈选择了回传，球在哈兰德脚下，打一脚，轻松加愉快，在比分上遥遥领先。漂亮，快，很准，
这才叫射门，直飞死角。
还要跳吗？别跳了，点吧。
结束了。在直播的最后，我们还是要感谢蔡慧强，没坐高铁，也没坐飞机，从上。
嗯。各自上了。
好一幅盛大的场景，空气中飘荡着一丝丝期待。再典型不过的一个比赛日，足球是这里的人们生活中非常重要的组成部分。国际米兰的球迷非常了解如何为自己的球队加油助威，这里是他们的主场，他们的圣殿，这里就是梅阿查球场。提醒各位观众朋友，比赛已经开始了。国际米兰对阵大埔，你会想到哪些词来形容贝克汉姆？
该怎么说呢？
机会怎么样？
我日，这能不进啊！
把球弄丢了，双方开始争夺球权。帕特里克·维埃拉，这下就看乔治·贝斯特的了。 球来到后门柱，他娴熟的断下球，没有让球过去。梅西从这里可以发起反击，
漂亮！
这是一个边线球，情况不妙了，又是一个界外球。朱塞佩·贝尔戈米长距离横传，菲利普·拉姆、梅西、莱昂内尔·梅西直接与对手过招，他开始加速。菲利普·拉姆非常犀利的盘带，打到门前，
这球没有传到位，但时机和想法把握的还不错。
大卫·贝克汉姆，
我牛逼！稳住！
丹尼斯·埃尔文，马塞洛，门将再次拿到球。
你加油啊！一定要耗完，把这90分钟耗完。
马塞洛选择回传给门将阿里松，是那种能为后防线注入强大自信的稳健型门将。
别让我领先啊！领先就是相同的手法。
里奥费迪南德，丹尼斯·埃尔文冒险向前，莱昂内尔·梅西拿球的位置很好。球像是粘在他脚上一样。莱昂内尔·梅西棋逢对手更是输不得啊！德克兰·赖斯
非常好，跑位很积极，
扑进去了。
啊你妈！我操！
四两拨千斤的效果。
好脚法，需要一记精准的传球。
来了一记传中，他阻止了进攻。防守漂亮，太及时了。丹尼斯·埃尔文，哈兰德，
啊！我应该直接射。
防守做得很好，没得说。现在高个子球员都来到了禁区里面。
罗伯特·卡洛斯采取了战术角球，直插禁区，门将将球摘下。大普现在有机会转守为攻。
就很快来到了另一边的半场。
德克兰·赖斯，乔治·贝斯特，球在哈兰德脚下，及时的抢断。大卫·贝克汉姆能够发现其他人看不到的机会。一个舌尖上的抢断，哎，我为什么要用舌尖呢？
哎呦，传你妈！
莱昂内尔·梅西，大卫·贝克汉姆，科曼，马塞洛，德克兰·赖斯，卡塞米罗，里奥费迪南德，准确的预判，
好在他当时没有失位。
这下就看梅西的了，他再次证明了自己拥有钢筋混凝土般的防守，一顿操作猛如虎，最终破功全都无啊！大卫·贝克汉姆接到后方的传球，这下把球弄丢了，他希望能抢先一步将球拦了下来。
他的站位选择很好。
德克兰·赖斯可以提速了，球在哈兰德脚下，看梅西。哈兰德在中路寻找传球机会。
我去，哈兰德传球有点抽象。
他们想要充分利用对手的这次失误，
结果显然很让人失望啊！马塞洛，科曼，卡塞米罗。人到球到，球在伊布拉希莫维奇脚下，他找到了突破口， 里奥费迪南德刷了一下，裁判扫了一眼手表，随即吹响了半场结束的哨声。
为什么罗格很心累？
场面上并
有我心累吗？
也挺激烈的，只是到目前为止缺少打破僵局的那么一个瞬间。你如何解读上半时的比赛？来解读一下。还在等待着激情被点燃的时刻，两队都没有进球。
Cambio di giocatori.
让我们继续来看比赛。
两边似乎都很期待下半场的开始，但愿这是代表局势有所变化的好迹象。
朱塞佩·贝尔戈米读懂了对手的想法，成功抢断。卡塞米罗踢得比大多数人更聪明。
我去你妈的！你给点反应啊！人家都扑你怀你了。
想要穿透防线，他成功的阻止了对方的进攻。这样的回传球很危险。这球传得漂亮，卡塞米罗，王牌对王牌，我们期待他们之间的精彩较量。他仿佛在跟对手说：“兄弟，到此为止吧。”这是双方王牌之间的直接较量，需要一脚高质量的传中。这球对门将完全没难度。德克兰赖斯，现在反击啊！菲利普拉姆，球在乔治贝斯特脚下，乔治贝斯特，他熟练的摆脱了防守，乔治贝斯特，
傻逼！
射得漂亮，他们终于击破了对手的防线。
我开场就开始倒，不知道倒什么。这回你慢慢倒。
很开心自己没有一时冲动而大力抽射，能够调整好角度和脚法。
像个白痴一样。跑网线，妈自己把自己干红了。
盛大的场景，空气中飘荡着一丝丝期待。再典型不过的一个比赛日，足球是这里的人们生活中非常重要的组成部分。朱塞佩·梅阿查是蓝黑军团的灵魂人物，这一抹蓝黑色就仿佛是夜晚的星空，见证了国际米兰许多的荣耀时刻。好的，现在比赛开始了。国际米兰对阵 AC 米兰。 每当这两支球队
好
相遇的
听。
时候，则必定会献上火药味十足的比赛。所有人的目光都投注在内马尔身上，他让每场比赛都变成赏心悦目的表演。这位球场上的魔术师还有多少戏法没亮出来呢？
希望可以看到他多展现绚烂的球技。他喜欢凭借一己之力带领球队取胜。他拥有超群的视野和创造力，能够直接带球威胁对方球门。希望这场比赛能够给我们带来特别的表演，
相信他不会让我们失望的。球在乔治贝斯特脚下，快传中。AC 米兰现在有机会打反击，这简直是在自讨苦吃。传得烂还不如不传。一次犀利的防守。内马尔打席尔瓦，贝尔迪卡迪奥卢，这样的层层推进看上去很有希望进球啊！这是一次非常强硬的拦截，这球塞得漂亮，看乔治贝斯特，这肯定不是他想象中的那种传中的效果呀！罗马里奥，他找到了突破口。罗德里埃尔南德斯，菲利普拉姆，现在反击啊！罗德里埃尔南德斯，乔治贝斯特接到后方的传球，这一下过得漂亮，打到门前，比赛举齐了，进攻结束。
国际米兰可能觉得他们的确找到了制胜的方法，从左路做球。应该说他们在边路制造了非常大的威胁。不过这种态势能维持多久？我认为很难讲，对手肯定会想办法遏制边路的进攻，多久还真是不一定。我们再看调整，他们需要尽快做出调整来应对这种威胁，这时候必须有人挺身而出，限制住对手。
这下就看乔治贝斯特的了，在舒服的位置拿到球，将球传到中路，克里斯蒂安前方畅通无阻。球出了边线，菲利普拉姆准确的预判，
好在他当时没有失位。
这下就看乔治贝斯特的了，尝试一技之赛。菲利普拉姆拿球的位置很好，很重要的一次拦截。内马尔打席尔瓦，犹如穿花蝴蝶一样在球场上飞舞。他无人盯防，有大把空间。看乔治贝斯特。现在他可以传球了，及时的破坏了。
哎呦，找不到
一脚传球干净利落。德克兰赖斯，球在伊布拉希莫维奇脚下，这脚传球很到位，他全力奔跑可以摆脱防守，打一脚。出色的视野，他的状态正佳。他们开出了战术角球。球在内马尔脚下，这是一个边线球。这下就看伊布的了，将球拦了下来。
他的站位选择很好，
快速发起反击，球在梅西脚下。他知道自己的传球路线，把球传了回去，找到了空隙，射向球门。德克兰赖斯，弗兰克凯西，希望通过传导向前推进。球在罗马里奥脚下，球在伊布拉希莫维奇脚下，球在哈兰德脚下，
反击的好机会。
好球，这个位置有机会，高高跃起，
进了，
没问题。跑动非常精准，进球也很华丽。
这是一支善于打反击的球队，这一次又利用反击为自己取得进球。
这场比赛第一粒进球太重要了，比分变为1-0。
如你所料，场上整个氛围都变了，将会带来怎么样的回应呢？让我们拭目以待。
正确的时间出现在正确的位置上，
让每一次1对1都
你吗？你不接球？
一连串眼花缭乱的传球稳步推进。内马尔， 这下就看伊布的了。伊布拉希莫维奇向外找到侧翼，他们在球场上竖起了一道墙。乔治贝斯特看梅西，他仿佛在跟对手说：“兄弟，到此为止吧。”里奥费迪南德转移到无人地带，
哎呦，
这是个界外球。
这个笨蛋！
球在乔治贝斯特脚下，找到了空档，他摆脱了防守。菲尔迪卡迪奥卢展现出了非凡的决心，他的防守密不透风。漂亮的抢断，它就像一道屏障一样。乔治贝斯特，看乔治贝斯特，传球高高跃起，打进一球，再入一球，对手被完全打懵了。难以置信的头球，球到人到，进得太干脆了。
他抢点争顶这一下做得很好，重重的把球砸进网窝。
裁判宣布上半场比赛结束。关于上半场，你有何见解？就像任何一场德比一样，上半场的比赛充满了火药味，场面很激烈，足以证明双方的投入程度。国际米兰在场上踢得沉着自如，半场结束时2比0领先。下半场匆匆地开始了，身体优势这一点让对手很吃亏。双方你来我往，一方全力进攻，一方毫不退让。扑进去了，一记倒三角，他飞了起来，希望夺回球权。结结实实的头球，但是角度差了一点点。
这球一般，本来是个好机会。
他能组织起反击吗？卢塞佩·贝尔戈米完全没有失位，这下就看乔治贝斯特的了。对方球员的这个动作有点大，防守队员略胜一筹啊，不过也惊出了一身冷汗。看压马，防守队员无所畏惧，将球断下。
鼓舞士气的防守，防守球员头脑很清醒。
突然开始加速，暂时将球回传，
尝试送出直塞，他的运气不错。
菲利普·拉姆处在空旷的地带准备接球，跳得可真高啊！这恐怕回头见到队友都抬不起头来。
似乎留给他的时间太多了，反而让他有些犹豫不决。
又一次凶悍的防守，球在哈兰德脚下，菲利普·拉姆，拉姆传中头球攻门，砰的一声打在横梁上，越位。罗伯特·卡洛斯希望在边路影响比赛，这下就看乔治贝斯特的了。
针对他的防守做得很好，就是不让他转身或者射门，他们想限制住他，这就是最好的方法。
德克兰赖斯，内马尔打席尔瓦，罗马里奥。这记直塞能打穿防线吗？从对手那里夺走了球权。乔治贝斯特巧妙的传球，起球传，弹跳力不错。他的这一档太关键了，
无论是预判还是处理球都相当好。
这下就看梅西的了。内马尔打席尔瓦，力度恰到好处。这球传得漂亮，这次防守真的是太漂亮了。这是他们的第2个角球，拉明亚马尔采取了战术角球，球在亚马尔脚下， 险情得到化解，发动反击。
踢角球最怕的就是这种快速反击。
怎么传给他了？
内马尔打席尔瓦，皮球传向前方，向外侧找到了侧翼，还有足够的空间来处理球。这脚法真没得说。乔治·贝斯特。做得很好，没有上当。球在罗马里奥脚下，保罗·马尔蒂尼将球转移到了边路，送出一计时赛，很有穿透力的传球，能进球吗？显然跟他脑子里想的不一样。
这球好机会呀，没必要这么着急。
球在亚马尔脚下，试探性的送出一记传球，几次干净利落的短传配合。莱昂内尔·梅西带球向前，穿过了防线，他扫了一眼中路，纵身一跃，完全是一边倒的比赛。快看是谁在疯狂庆祝？这样的足球怎能不爱？
哎呦，你好打得起啊！这你都还不点？
跑位很聪明，防线上没人能盯防他，可能对于他们太过苛刻了啊。
帽子戏法，他今天状态太火爆了，尝试打一脚。莱昂内尔·梅西是许多人的偶像，甚至被一些人奉为神明。现在准备组织反击，真是妙啊！将球向前送往中路，漂亮的断球。拉明亚马尔，埃尔林·哈兰德将球传向了后场，菲利普·拉姆。梅西，菲利普·拉姆，
哎呦，
德克兰·赖斯，弗兰克·凯西，球在伊布拉希莫维奇脚下，菲利普·拉姆，看梅西，弗兰克·凯西，
他们要的就是这样的机会。
球在
你好秀
脚下，
啊！
裁判看了一下，吹响了他的哨。关于这两支球队的故事，真是讲也讲不完。一支是没有感情的进球机器，另一支则是
哎呦，才加4分！哎呦，这个赛车好长啊！还是打平啊？这么 low 吗？low 哥下去了没？还没下去。low 哥真的是了。意义不大。
这样的场景谁能不为之动容？斑斓的颜色，载歌载舞的球迷，还有球迷与球队之间深情的陪伴，简直是太棒了！满心自豪的球迷从未怠慢过任何一场比赛。看台上五颜六色，满是激情，这就是这里的足球氛围。已经开始了。葡萄牙对阵国际米兰，
这名球员是有史以来最出色的防守型中场之一啊。
帕特里克·维埃拉，球队的中流砥柱。
没错，他球风硬朗，强力铲球和侵略性的表现是他在比赛中的基操，同时还能快速的实现由守转攻，展现其出色的身体素质和惊人的力量。
他成功的从防守得起脚吧！
我日，这人扑啊！
非常犀利，真是好球。球队里有好几名高个子球员，这是一次很好的机会。
他们开出了战术角球。国际米兰又一个角球，第二次拿到了角球的机会。选择了战术角球，菲利普·拉姆，瞄准的是远端，漂亮的断球。角球没有构成威胁，有时候是会这样。
角球既是机会，也可能蕴藏危机啊！
帕特里克·维埃拉把球抢下来了，他赢下了激烈的身体对抗，洞察力不错，一早就看出来了。
这球漂亮，
乔治·贝斯特射门，打进球。
主教练肯定盼望他能发挥作用，很高兴这么早就能看到他不辱使命。
这种球没办法扑到，他起脚的一瞬间就知道这球有了，
看得出来一切都在他的计算之内。他在射门的一瞬间，头脑很清醒。
我在干什么？哎呦，你是真屌，这都敢扑！
这真是非常糟糕的开局。
他成功从对手脚下抢走了皮球，漂亮的直塞球。莱昂内尔·梅西接到后方的传球，
这是能扑的吗？
这球漂亮，于无声处听惊雷，标志性的跑动，进球不在话下。
国际米兰是非常擅长反击的队伍，凭空都能创造出机会。只需几秒钟就能把防守局面转化为进球，太惊人了！
他已经进了2个。
哎呀，你不打就点吧。
国际米兰目前的每粒进球都很漂亮，
对于这一波势头，无疑是更沉重的打击。他们本来希望能够持续更长的时间。
菲利普·拉姆，这个带球很漂亮，看看会做出如何的选择。球在梅西脚下，亚历山大·帕托，
反击的好机会。
威廉·萨里巴，直传，这是一次关键的断球。和他设想的肯定不一样，双方开始争夺球权。这个传球不够理想。帕特里克·维埃拉能够很聪明地破解对手的逼抢，起脚打门，10拿9稳，甚至10拿10稳啊！也许这个过程太过轻松了。再入一球，对手被完全打懵了。漂亮，快，很准。
有时不多想，反而会有好结果。这个球就是例子。部位打得很正，门将无计可施。
打入3球而1球未丢，真是摧枯拉朽一般。
这下可把对手惹急了。你可以看到他们的主教练在边线大喊大叫，让队员们冷静下来。而且他们确实需要尽快做到这一点。现在需要的就是冷静。
罗伯特·卡洛斯、德克兰·赖斯、菲利普·拉姆希望在边路影响比赛。威廉·萨里巴无情地拦截了对方。尽管后卫这次占了上风，但相信他不会就此罢休。球在乔治·贝斯特脚下，乔治·贝斯特，
哇，这门将也太骚了吧！
他这一次成功帮助守门员补锅，一次很关键的防守。
他从右路推进，现在看他如何选择。 果断的飞铲，这球铲得非常漂亮，可以说是非常的强硬。现在他在边路拿球，漂亮的传中，传中折射出底线，角球。这应该是第3个角球了。他摆脱了防守，他们又争取到一个定位球机会。国际米兰这是第4次拿到角球了。高质量的传球，非常准确，他已经预判出了路线。葡萄牙现在有机会转守为攻，
就很快来到了另一边的半场。
国际米兰希望在上半场拼了45分钟后能有所突破。帕特里克·维埃拉、菲利普·拉姆，这下就看梅西的了。莱昂内尔·梅西直接与对手过招，从对手那里抢回了皮球。洛特尔·马特乌斯及时出现断下皮球，一次令人激赏的过招。这一下拦截真的是太是时候了，
好在他当时没有失位。
送至进去，纵身一跃。
我去，
一般，只能这么评价。
再次证明这是一支非常喜欢打防守反击的球队。
里奥费迪南德抢了回来，佩德里、维埃拉，这下看着可真疼啊！这下就看帕托的了。德克兰赖斯、乔治贝斯特是许多人的偶像，甚至被一些人奉为神明。向前传给边路，看梅西，起脚射门。看来今天没带射门靴。
这次射门的尝试呢，勇气可嘉，不过老实说效果一般。
门将开球失误，直接传给了对方。几次干净利落的短传配合。乔治贝斯特，他成功接到了皮球。亚历山大帕托，准确的预判，
他的站位选择很好。
哨声一响，半场结束。一边倒的比赛，
早上9点，
完全变成了其中一支球队的独
早上10点。
予取予求。关于上半场，你有何见解？国际米兰在上半场全面碾压对手，目前比分定格在了3-0。让我们直接回到下半场的比赛当中。这下就看乔治贝斯特的了，送出一记直塞漂亮，一记长传球，弹跳力不错，没能打进第4球。第5个角球。彼得舒米切尔应对自如，险情得到化解，发动反击，
反击要来了。
洛特尔马特乌斯，球在帕托脚下，马特乌斯，里奥费迪南德出脚非常及时，德克兰赖斯，这下就看乔治贝斯特的了，卡洛斯，终于摆脱了围堵，快传中，尝试打一脚。继续，这是第6个角球了。罗伯特·卡洛斯没有选择长传。葡萄牙现在可以向前推进。
踢角球最怕的就是这种快速反击。
他在边路拿到了球，漂亮的脚下功夫，传中。 早早的就发现前
哎，
行，
怎么这么
就像有第
狼
六感一样。这是个快攻的机会。
哎，你仿佛可以听到教练席上的一声叹息啊！
脚法运用的很出色，高高跃起头球攻门。
我死！
至少可以说方向控制的不够好。
国际米兰还是惯用的战术，那就是喜欢抓住一切机会去由守转攻。
乔治·贝斯特，那进球数已经坐2望3了。乔治·贝斯特果断传中，打一脚，球打进了。这支球队是独一档的存在，其他球队只能望其项背，对任何对手都是毫不留情。
非常漂亮的2过1之后的进球，两个人非常有默契，只有训练场上的精心演练，才能换来赛场上如此精彩的进球。
国际米兰火力全开，而他们的对手则全无还手之力。这下糟了，这下来势汹汹。精彩的对决，他显然是在全身心享受着比赛。要是能赢下来就更好了。
禁区里人员密集，进球的
你在干什么？
奇迹出现。
他抬脚试射，双方都没有能够得到球，球出了底线，球门球。佩德里，克鲁伊夫棋逢对手更是输不得呀。他知道自己的传球路线，精准的落点，好机会，梅西传中，贝尔，帕特里克·维埃拉，他能组织起反击吗？好球，有传头的机会，这下就看克鲁伊夫的了。这是一次成功的防守，他夺回了球权。
针对他的防守做得很好，就是不让他转身或者射门。他们想限制住他，这就是最好的方法。
贝尔，维埃拉，好球！这个位置有机会，质量怎么样？彼得舒梅切尔漂亮的扑救，他阻挡了射门，漂亮的扑救，
漂亮的反击，速度很快，投入兵力也多，这2点在反击时缺一不可。
在边路寻求机会，高球传中，佩德里可以提速了，防守还是那么坚固，完全不留情面。球在哈兰德脚下，德克兰赖斯，他在寻找跑位的队友，转移到边路，罗伯托卡洛斯，卡洛斯传中，彼得舒梅切尔稳稳把球摘到。干净的撞墙配合，菲利普拉姆绝不想输给对手。罗伯特卡洛斯，佩德里，反击的机会来了。这个断球干净利落。国际米兰现在采取了保守的策略，能接到这记直塞吗？毫无疑问，这个传球还不够合理。快速向门前推进，球在古利特脚下。漂亮，精彩带球，蛇皮走位，只是不巧啊，防守队员相当的果断。补时时间是2分钟，这下就看古利特的了，卡贝尔，这下失去了球权，不过他们希望保持这样的局面。比赛结束。关于这2支球队的故事，真是讲也讲不完。一支是没有感情的进球机器，另一支则是。
哎呦，撑不住了。 要走你，要不你那个就暂时不打了吧？感觉我撑不住了，有点。还在干呀，还没干完是。现在这个加分加好少啊，一把10几分，一把10几分。
又吵闹无比的方式迎面而来，我们唯一能做的就是用心去感受，以自己最原始的本能去尽情释放。朱塞佩·梅阿查是蓝黑军团的灵魂人物，这一抹蓝黑色就仿佛是夜晚的星空，见证了国际米兰许多的荣耀时刻。比赛已经开始，国际米兰对阵阿根廷。
塞内利这场比赛一定会很忙碌，如果主教练允许他会不断在边路冲击，以建立优势。等到他开始过人并不断起球传中时，那时的比赛胜负已分。
他在场上的一举一动都犹如谦谦君子，朴实无华的球风之下透露着优雅，
偶尔现狰狞。
罗伯托·卡洛斯成功化解了一次威胁，
安全起见，将球解围出去。
瓦拉内，埃亚拉，这下就看梅西的了。菲利普·拉姆在边路空当，把他飞了起来，混乱的场面得到了化解，传给了后场。这下就看梅西的了，找到了梅西。
我去你妈的梅西！
这球如果打进的话，很可能成为本赛季的10佳球。
华丽的技巧演示，他绝对属于凭借一己之力就能够左右比赛的球员。
德克兰赖斯连续的脚下配合，将球传到边路，头球传到中路，成功化解了危险。国际米兰重新夺回了球权，比利将球传向了后场，球在梅西脚下，传得烂还不如不传。这下就看梅西的了。洛特尔马特乌斯向外侧找到了侧翼，他利用身体夺回了球权。菲利普·拉姆是球队进攻中的关键人物。王牌对王牌，我们期待他们之间的精彩较量。球在梅西脚下，他熟练地摆脱了防守，球传进去了，拉姆传中，敲进了，好球！
葡萄牙输了吗？
第一个精彩瞬间，
要给场上所有球员提个醒，一定要保持专注力，不要将势头拱手让给你的对手。
阿维尔萨内蒂准确的预判，
他的站位选择很好。
德克兰赖斯
需要一记精准的传球。
直塞，能找到队友吗？这是一次漂亮的防守。
算输了，打平了。麻头皮。
冒险的传球。
罗哥不能再首发了。再首发的话，葡萄牙真没了。
传给空气嘛， 力不错，一早就看出来了。
好在他当时没有失位，
这一脚拿捏了。菲利普·拉姆在边路完全无人盯防，这是一次强悍的防守。亚历山德罗·科斯塔库塔大脚将球破坏。比赛时间快到30分钟了，向前推进，可以上马，这下全攻了。
哎呀，
防守队员略胜一筹啊，不过也惊出了一身冷汗。
这在意料之中，因为禁区里的球员实在太多了。前面有队友在跑位。
菲利普·拉姆，真是妙啊！打到门前，抬脚射门，打进了。
零球零中。
对手被完全打懵了。不得不说啊，在这个位置射门不进的概率只有我赶快查下资料啊。
毁了罗哥。
只有35%啊，我瞎猜的。
罗哥之前接受采访不是说世界杯不重要，他不应该打的。这届杯赛他不应该参加。
心情是天差地别的，他们非常想要将胜利收入囊中。到了利用球队高度的时候了。
玩脱了罗哥，还说刚果，哎，是刚果哈。
现在可以向前推进。
还说略一下刚果，刷点数据。要锤子这个。
一路带球走位，找准队友送出传中，快速将球破坏掉，难得的机会。一顿操作猛如虎，最终破功全都无啊！球在梅西脚下，梅西，看梅西，梅西弹跳力不错。
哎呦！
力道十足，但缺少准度，
在那里还能抢到点不错的尝试。
我看这场罗哥首发我也。